right now, millions of people across the country are heading to the polls. As you can see, there are long lines from coast to coast, including right here in the Kansas City metro. Some Kansas City voters actually waited more than 1 hour to cast their vote in this historic election. We have live team coverage in Kansas and Missouri as our nation decides who will become the next president of the United States. We begin with Andres Gutierrez, who is at 120th and Warnell in Kansas City, Missouri. And Andres, earlier you said some voters were waiting more than an hour. Is that still happening?
Not longer the case, Cynthia. One voter tells us that they've had to only wait about 30 minutes. The line out here ebbs and flows. Right now, the line is beginning to once again build up here at the Annunciation Creek Orthodox Church. Now, let's go ahead and show you some video from early this morning before sunrise when the first wave of those voters casting their ballots right there at 6 a.m. The line flowing out the door and wrapped around the parking lot. Many of those folks looking to vote before heading to work. And now, video from inside the polls that we got just a few minutes ago shows that the lines thinning out, and they are expecting more than 3,300 registered voters at this particular site. We spoke to one voter. Here's what he had to say.
My son's going to come out after 4, and I would try to get her sooner than later, just because I think it may have a heavier demand on the election process. But everything was smooth. They found my name quickly. And so I had a voter ID card versus a driver's license, so that worked out just perfect.
And there have been no reported problems at this particular poll. Polls here and across Missouri do close at 7 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in South Kansas City, Andres Gutierrez, 41 Action News.
All right, Andres, thanks so much. Mechanical problems this morning caused voting delays at 4 polling places. Some machines that read the paper ballots were malfunctioning. 41 Action News reporter Sarah Flake is live at 79th and Holmes at the polling location there. And Sarah, bring us up to date. What's happening?
Good morning, Cynthia. We're at South Broadland Presbyterian Church. You can see behind me we've got a steady line here of folks waiting to get in. It's a little cramped quarters, but that's okay. A lot of people are filling out these paper ballots. Now, there were only 2 electronic voting machines, and we were having some issues with the scanner that takes those ballots. The ballot scanner was not feeding properly earlier. Some people had to put their ballot in an envelope and then put that into a box. Now, a voting machine was also down, and that slowed things a little bit, but they did fix the problem. We talked to the election board director, and he said that this happens every election, and if a scanner is not taking, just feed your ballot in a different direction.
They had to do it like 4 different times, and it got it eventually. Some people went the first time, other people had to do it 4 different times, but eventually it worked.
Yeah, and so here is the ballot. You can see it's very long. There are more than 30 things to vote for, so make sure you know what you're doing before you get here. This can take a pretty long time if you don't know anything about the issues or who the candidates are. Now remember, polls close at 7 o'clock, so get here early. Back to you.